All right, check, check. Like we are live. All right, so it is 8:05 a.m. Eastern. We've got CPI coming out at 8:30, so just decided to start a little later today. No need to rush things. We've got our new setup here. I did actually pass a PA count on Friday. I kind of want to keep it myself and take the first day and get a little buffer going. So I had a little fun with it yesterday, off to a decent little start, and that's the one up there that we'll start tracking. So you can see I'm up, I don't know, $350. I don't know if that's an omen there. I had it up 50,666. We'll see about that. So that's good. So that's the account. All the other, I've come to the conclusion that the way that I'm seeing the other YouTubers handle this, like a guy like Rips, who I think he's a nice guy and a good trader, and he just he's more like momentum scalpy, but he's sort of affiliated with Top Step, I think, and he's just, the P&L and stuff that he puts up every day they're live trades, but they're from his combines, and he's passing a lot of combines and he's blowing them left and right. So I'm not going to be super, like, for me, the evaluations don't really matter. It's more, as I add hopefully more and more PA accounts to the list, those are the ones I'm going to keep track of, because that's real money on the line. So that's what I'm going to calculate the profit and loss on every day, because I need to be able to, I have to have the freedom to set my evaluation accounts. Like some of them I'm going to multiply sometimes by 3 contracts or 4 contracts. I'm going to go really aggressive on some of these accounts. So it's all about the PA account. We got the first one, which is cool. We're off and running, and see if we can get that to a payout. I'm not really familiar with their schedule, but I guess at the end of the month there's a payout. So see if we can get up to a payout by the end of the month and get some more evals over the line so we can build the list of PA accounts. That's the goal. So for today, I'm not going to go over the analysis in too much detail. The bottom line is that the markets are very difficult to read right now. I still think we're putting in a weekly low down here for bonds, which is why we're going to trade them again today on the volume-based charts. I really like to trade the bonds a lot, so when the markets are just kind of not clear, I want to focus on the bonds, because you get really good reads with OMA, but you also get great information from the order flow, from the DOM, where you can see, you can really see the stacking and the pulling and, the delta. It's very meaningful on the bonds. Whereas if you trade, something like NQ or ES, there's so many algos in there that you just don't get as much advantage from the order flow, and bonds you do. So I like the bonds. You can see we're already, I'm calling. What I like about the bonds here, and we're going to get ready for CPI here in a moment. But what I like about the bonds, if we switch on over here to the weekly chart, let's see, here's the ultra bonds for the weekly chart, and what we can see here, this is what I'm talking about, all this weekly support here. So I think we are probably headed back up here. That's what it looks like now, and I've been expecting the daily to sort of round the corner, and it looks like we're trying to do that now finally today. It's kind of what I've been talking about. So I think we could see a pretty big move up in the bond market today, and I'm not really sure what stocks are going to do. They look like they're on their way for a bit of a correction, but this market is crazy. It's just difficult to read at these levels. So I'm kind of leaving the stock market alone right now. The dollar is not really clear. Some of the charts are showing a potentially hotter CPI print, which could mean a stronger dollar and stocks take a hit. I'm not really sure. So I just want to trade purely the charts. OMA, we've got a lot of support here. It basically, bonds are either going to break this support and head down pretty good, or they're going to hold here and head up, pretty good. And I think they're going to hold and head up. So that's what I want to focus on right now with the trading. So for the intraday charts here, it's our new setup. I like it a lot. We've got the jigsaw style Sierra charts DOM over here to the right, and we've got the DOM on the chart here where we'll execute our trades. And for the, even though I'm going to calculate the P&L, like I said, off of the new, my first PA count. But I'm going to trade, I shouldn't say we, you guys can do whatever you want. I'm going to trade CPI with, I'll probably risk out of my, because I added, every time I pass a new account to a PA, I'm going to add a new eval because I want to always have evals coming into PAs, hopefully. And the goal is to build the list of PAs, hopefully up to 20. We'll see, And I'm sure we'll lose a few PAs along the way. So I'm still figuring out how best to handle the actual prop firms. But the important thing is we got the edge. And so we'll just keep figuring out the prop firm thing as we go. But for the CPI, what I'm not going to risk, a PA account, especially my first one on CPI. So I want to try and take probably 2 evals and copy trade them on the CPI and see if I can't, get lucky and, flag a good level to get probably long the bonds if they spike down, or maybe just go long. We'll have to see where we're at heading to CPI. But my point is I'm going to risk probably 2 eval accounts. And if I blow them, I blow them. But I'm going to stop. Those are like, they're not really trading, right? Because you employ different strategies to evals. The PA account is where you want to actually make money. And so that's where I'm going to calculate the P&L. The eval accounts, I'm going to stop worrying about trying to trade them perfectly because that's not the best strategy for eval accounts. So hope that makes sense to you guys. So on the bonds here, we've got the 15,000 volume chart. Now, oftentimes I'll use the 20,000 volume chart here. But the volume on the daily chart for bonds is a little bit lower. So sometimes when the volume is normal on bonds, let me just show you here. You can see here on the daily, right? You see how this volume has been dropping as we're in this range. So that's why I've got my higher time period intraday volume chart for bonds set to 15,000 contracts. Normally when we're trading around, 300,000 contracts a day, I'll have that intraday volume-based chart set at about 20,000 contracts. So it's kind of, there's no perfect formula for that. I use about anywhere between 5 to 8%, 5 to 10% of the overall average daily volume to decide which volume number to use for my higher time period volume chart, right? So, something like a 10-year note, I'll use 80 or 100,000 contracts for that. The 30-year T-bond, I'll have it a little bit bigger than the ultra bond because there's more daily volume traded there. So that's how we're going to do it. Morning, Steve. How you doing, my friend? So we got our first, it was a little bit of a surprise for you guys. We got our first PA count. So that's cool. It took a couple of weeks, but we did it with COVID. Happy about that. If you guys haven't missed how I'm explaining sort of my thoughts around how I'm going to handle the PA count versus the evals, just rewind the video and fast forward and ask me questions if I'm not making sense. I'm kind of rambling. Thanks, Steve. But really the PA accounts are where it's all at. That's the list we got to build now. And the evals are just, it's a numbers game. So far I'm off to a good start, but I want to start being more aggressive on the evals. And I took a lot of inspiration from Rips. I listen to his stream sometimes when I'm done with mine. I fast forward because I like him. He's a good guy and he's got a lot of good, little tidbits I can relate to, as a trader myself. And, somebody asked him, they're like, Rips, how many combines have you blown through? He's like, I don't know, 100. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's probably the smart way to do it, right? Because you just, especially with Apex, when you can have 20 accounts, just, get aggressive on the combines or the evals and try and get the PA accounts up to 20. That's where you can really start making some money. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. So for the CPI, we're going to risk probably a couple of evals and just, see what happens. So we'll have to pick our levels here for CPI. We've got, just so you guys know, when I'm trading the bonds specifically, we've got the 30-year intraday volume chart over here, you can see. And then I've also got the 10-year here. So we're going to be following, you get, when the correlations in the markets are a little bit off like they are right now, you still get really good correlations between the actual bonds and notes themselves. So by trading the ultra bonds, being aware of what the 30-year is doing and what the 10-year is doing, we get a pretty good read. So that's how we're gonna structure it. And I love the bonds, to be honest with you. I think they're probably my favorite market. and they are the one market. When I look back at all my P&L, I mean, I do typically have the best success with bonds, and I'm still profitable on other markets, but I tend to have wider swings on, say, like something like NQ. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that. I think most of the reasons just have to do with you know, the algos and the volatility. Just make those markets a little bit more challenging. I guess it depends on your personality type. I'm the kind of trader that I like to plan my trades. I like to be patient, and bonds just kind of suit me personally. You know, some people can just watch that NASDAQ DOM just go nuts, and like, I don't know. When I watch it go nuts, like I'm like, I like this DOM. It's nice and calm. All right, so you can see here, this is good news, guys. On the bonds, the daily, I think we could have a big push here today. I was kind of hoping we would start CPI down here, because this is where I wanted to, you know, try and get long on the CPI. I might risk 4 accounts on the CPI even. We'll see. Probably I'll just do 4, because why not? CPI is big. The next big one we have is PPI on Friday. So, and I think we are going to probably go up here. And then once the market settles down a little, hopefully we get a good result on some of these evals. And then, you know, once the market settles in, that's when I want to trade the PA account here. So that's how I'll handle it. I think we have a big day up on bonds, and you can see here. So this is kind of my pick of the week, as everything else has been really clear. And I've kind of been trying to say to you guys, like, hey, be careful. And I've been trying to tell Steve, like, you know, probably don't trade equities right now. And I can give some ideas on where I think they're going, but the truth is, they're hard to read right now. And just knowing that is a big, you know, advantage. And the metals are a mess. The dollar's a mess. Just let those be a mess. Bonds, we've got a good read here. So, so now heading into the CPI, which is in 14 minutes, let's prepare here. What we can see, where's my mouse? There's my mouse. And Steve, how's, the DOM is coming through nice and clear, right? And you can see, you know, the numbers up here. All right. I hope you guys can see that all clearly. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you're that's good. Steve says, I've learned that when you say careful to follow your advice. Yeah, exactly. Because yesterday Steve was like, I'm not going to get into specifics, but he was mentioning a trade, and I was like, okay, just be careful. Because I'm never going to tell you what to do, obviously. You know, I'm just going to give you my advice, but you know, the advice is based on quite a lot of experience staring at these charts for many years. All right, so let's take a look here, guys. I'm excited about this. Let me just make sure my because remember, we're doing all this on the Apex thing. Let me just, I gotta just check thing. Just give me 1 sec. Yeah, I thought it would flip on you pretty quickly. Let me just do this real quick. Hold on, I gotta go. Our things are in the wrong. How do you like? I think we need to have the I think we need to have the risk disclaimer up there too. I was reorganizing some of this stuff here. But I think, can you see all that information real quick, Steve? I'm just looking at it over just before we get ready for CPI, guys. Let me just look at it on my big screen 1 sec. Like you can kind of see everything okay, right? I think so anyway. Let me know how that's all should be coming through all right. All right. Okay. I think it's looking good, guys. So, yeah, for the CPI, I guess I'll do 4 accounts, and I got them all 4 linked up right now on Sierra charts. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get these ready, because always switching the. Let's see. I want to order allocation. Pretty good. Let me turn that on. I'm still getting used to Sierra charts. It's not like, you know, off the back of my. I'm just going to do a test order real quick here. Make sure I have the right situation here. So I'll just put a little buy order here. Okay, so you can see it's populating the DOM all right. Popping, yeah, okay. I will cancel those. So guys, I'm still getting used to the Sierra chart setup, but I really like it a lot. Another reason too, I like the bonds, just for all the reasons I already mentioned. But when you look at the DOM over here, the volume profile, you know, the volume profile on bonds is actually useful, whereas the volume profile on like something like NASDAQ, I mean, yeah, it's useful if you're, you know, using it across your whole chart and you're using, but I like how bonds, like you can pretty much see the whole day, you know, range right there. I don't know, you with the pulling, the stacking, the volume profile, I mean, you get a lot of really good reads with the order flow on bonds when you match it up with the OMA. So kind of as my default fallback market, we'll go bonds. Kind of bummer I missed going long here this morning. I kind of thought it'd be, I honestly, I didn't think it would rally this much heading into CPI. I thought it would kind of, I sort of checked in on it down here earlier around 125.26, and I just thought it would kind of sit there until CPI, but it's not. So, all right. Yeah, I think this disclaimer is all right down there, but maybe we'll make it smaller later. But okay, cool. But otherwise, it looks all right, I think. Let me know if you think so too. Okay, so let's get ready, guys. So I'm going to risk 4 accounts. I mean, risk. I'm going to, you know, I'm just going to go aggressive on 4 eval accounts and, you know, see what happens, I guess. So let's see. We know we're bullish on bonds now heading into CPI. I have no idea, obviously, what CPI is going to come out as, and I don't need to speculate on that because I really, truly don't know. The question is, we're bullish bonds here, which we are, and the daily, right? We want to get a good, here's the daily, because I'm doing this, guys, so I can put my order, try and get tagged on a push down that snaps back up, because I do think we're going to be headed higher. Now, if the market just totally falls out from, you know, underneath our feet, oh well, then we'll be wrong. But I gotta trade my analysis. So looking at the volume profile composite here, you can see, you know, I don't know, the last area of acceptance was like, you know, 125.30, 126, kind of sticking out right there. You guys can see that sticking out. We got the OMA true average here at you know, 125.30 ish. You got, I mean, you got a lot of OMA stuff stacked in here that we've now broken up and through. So this was kind of the key level that's been pushing down on price the last couple of days. So I got to think that 126 level is going to be, you know, strong support, maybe even lower. So the question is, what we will do is looking at the intraday volume charts, which we can see here. We've got, you can see we've got on this one 8,800 contracts traded, so still about 7,000 to go. You know, we're trying to trend up now, which is expected. I mean, if we have the move I think we could have today, I mean, we could have a big move to the upside. So this trend run, you know, could just be kind of getting started. The question is, where do we want to get long on our order if the market spikes down? Now, I'm not ever going to be the kind, you guys, you know this from me. I don't just like, sometimes I miss a lot of these, right? Because I pick the direction correct, you know, a lot. But then sometimes you just got to be in right at market. I don't really like to do that. I like to, you know, like I've explained before, I like to put my order at the outer bounds and see if the news triggers. I think it's going to be a wild CPI, like really wild. So I want to try and get, you know, my order filled at the outer bounds, so to say. So let's see here. We know 126 on our daily chart is good. Let's look at our weekly chart. Just, you know, the weekly, that's all that support I've been talking about down here. So, and guys, if CPI comes out and just smashes price down and through all this support, well then, hey, you know, then we'll trade what we see. But I got to trade what I'm seeing heading into it. And, you know, the 30 years got a lot of nice support down around 119.20, which is kind of below it's kind of like right around this level here. So that'd be like 125.27. Question is, are they going to gun for these lows down here? I'm just thinking out loud, guys. I'm thinking because we got about 5 minutes. I got to think about where to put these orders. Because I would like to get filled as well. And maybe down below, I think kind of maybe down in here. Yeah, I'll see as we get closer, but maybe 125.26. And because we've hit that low so many times. And how many contracts do I want to? I'll just do, I guess I'll do one contract to start and see what happens. And then if I get filled and it starts to go my way, you know, and I see that I'm right, I have no problem throwing on another one. Because if you got to remember, guys, on the bonds, you don't have to go like massive amounts of contracts because, you know, the tick value is pretty big, right? So let's see, where do we want to put our order? I think, you know, maybe 125.27 maybe. Let's put it there for now. 125.27. I got one contract. I'm just trying, guys. We'll see how this goes. I'm risking 10 ticks. You know, I don't really, if it breaks that support and goes all the way back down to these lows, then, you know, I don't feel like I need to risk the entire account right now. But this, so I'm going to take this on 4 challenge accounts on one contract and just see if we can, you know, the daily energy is to the upside now. So I'm just going to see, you know, either we're going to get lucky or we're not. You know, it's kind of the way it goes. And you'll see the DOM already thinning out. You guys see the DOM over here? You can see it on, well, it's not thinning out yet. We've still got, we're in the hundreds. Watch, guys, in the next 3 minutes, whichever DOM you want to look at, we got a DOM on the chart you can look at here, or we got the DOM here. We'll call that the DOM. You'll see that thin out to, you know, very, very small numbers of contracts. Sure, you know, ZN looks pretty strong right now, unless this is just totally a fake out breakout, and we'll find out soon. But got to go with that weekly strong support for the time being. And what I would hope for is on this, you know, if we get lucky and get filled down there, and then you have an immediate reaction, you know, back to the upside. I'm gonna move this. You know, you can, if you get lucky on this, you can make, you know, pretty. It's not really about the amount of money you can make on these news announcements with the evals. It's the speed, right? Because for me, that's kind of the biggest concern about these evals is the speed of everything. Steve, how am I coming through? Oh, I'm not even on the webcam. Okay, that's good. Well, maybe, is it better without the webcam? Maybe you guys don't even need me on the webcam, do you? I forgot I didn't have it on. But let me know if the sound's coming through all right. Let me know if you think the stream is better with or without the webcam. I mean, I don't really know why you guys would need to see me. All right, we got an order to get long there. Again, guys, these are, I'm going to try and snag this on 4 evals. If it's wrong, it's wrong. We'll see. And then we'll trade the PA account, you know, after CPI settles and we know what we got shaken. Yeah, I don't think you guys need to see me. All right, you can see the DOM is pretty thin now, right? You see guys how it just went super thin. I mean, I suppose I want to put this below the lows, I guess, just to not be too stupid. And if it goes down there, then we would probably want to get long again. I'll put 2 orders like that, you guys. Here it comes. Wow, did you guys see that? I think everything. Wow. I think I'm gonna be smashed on this. Wow. Look at that move. I mean, I gotta get out. That was huge, you guys. Oh my God. Well, I don't know what the damage was on those accounts, but not good. I'll check it in a bit. Wow. That was incredible. Oh my God. I've never seen a move like that in bonds, you guys. I actually didn't lose that much. I mean, guys, I've never seen a move like that in bonds. That was incredible. I'm just monitoring this. I'll let you guys know what happens afterwards. We'll talk about this afterwards. That was insane. Absolutely insane. Wow. It took out everything. I mean, it was just an absolute bomb. All right. So believe it or not, I actually made, because I reversed short heavy. So I actually made almost 600 or 700 per eval on that fiasco. So that's pretty funny. Oh God. Guys, that was insane. We're going to talk about that in a second here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is really funny. Well, I made the right call. You know, I cut. Let's just recap that. So I'm just looking at my Sierra chart thing over here. So I'm up a net 19 ticks per eval. So, you know, whatever that's like $700 or something like that. And the reason for that was because I lost quickly on those first two contracts. And then I could see, oh my God, that was insane. So I just cut those quickly. And you saw that I started reversing short, you know, and then got 3 contracts on and then, you know, made back what I lost and then some. So sorry to hear that, Steve. What did you do evals or did you do I hope you didn't do PA, because I was trying to be clear about not doing PA. I didn't do PA. Anyways, we'll refocus here, guys. That was well, hey, I mean, I actually ended up doing pretty well on that announcement, but I mean, look at that, you guys. Look at the daily chart. I mean, this is incredible. Wow. All right, we're coming up on a daily extension down here. See, this is with these reports, you just don't know. This is why I've been saying be careful. So on the daily, guys, we're coming up to these extensions down here. We should have some support. I think some temporary support at, you know, about 124. So I might look to get long. I'm just going to keep trading these evals for now, guys. I'm not going to put the PA at risk right now. So I'm up like 700 on each of these evals. And I don't know. Let's just get aggressive with the evals and see what we can do. Okay. So, you know, I'm finding this distracting now. Over here. See it? Give me a sec, guys. We're going to go nuts on these evals. Hang on. Okay. Uno momento, por favor. All right. Let's rock and roll here. So, guys, I'm just going to keep trading these 4 evals. I'm up, and let's just see what happens. Have a little fun. I think we're probably going to want to head down to that 124 level. So I might get short up here. But I want to see where this goes. I mean, that move was insane, you guys. So I don't have time to narrate here, guys. You can just see sort of what I'm talking about. Gosh, you didn't put me in. Now I'm in. I'm short one. Guys, I'm being really aggressive right now, so don't, you know, do what you got to do. I think this thing kind of wants to go down to 124 and then maybe settle a little bit. So I'm just seeing if I can add a little more here to what we made on the first part. That was crazy. I can't wait to see what that CPI number actually was. I mean, there's got to be so many people off sides right now. I wonder what the stock market did. We'll look at that in a sec. We'll see. I'm just kind of looking for this higher time period here to hopefully pick up this true average and just push us down for a test of maybe the high 123s. Yeah, NQ. Yeah, so the daily forecast I did was seems to be correct for now. Guys, if we go higher, I'm risking these accounts here. So if we go higher, I'm gonna add, which, you know, normally on a PA account, you know me, I cut things much faster. I think bonds want to test down to 124 first. I could be wrong. The low could be in, but if it is in, then I'll lose money on this trade. Boy, that was nuts. I got to figure out why. Ooh, that's. Kind of a key level here. Man, I wish I would have gotten that up at 19, but that's all right. There's still a lot more I got to figure out. Uh-oh. Jesus. Gonna be a reversal here? Like it is. I'm gonna hang on for now. This is a wild day. Liking this position. That's what I want. Come on, quick drop back down, fast. Back down to those lows. Oh, come on. On. God. You just want that runner to snap to the downside. Oh, I gotta close that. Fuck, that was close. God, I'm not gonna use the Lord's name in vain for you, Steven, but guys, that was like right there. I'm still up all right on the day on these evals, but look at this volatility. Sometimes you'll see bonds just come in and snap that to the downside. I'm short 3 contracts. That's gonna put me over the line on 5 evals like that. All right, we're gonna keep this going, guys. This is gonna be a battle today. I'm up net 11 ticks on each one of these evals that I'm playing with right now. But that would have put me, that would have been nice if this, there's some, this is, I haven't seen a move like this in bonds. I don't want to say never, but this is kind of what I've been seeing about this strange liquidity issue. So what I have to figure out about the numbers bars here is how to make this smaller. I don't know. So now is it going to drop? Is that what we're doing now? Just looks like there's a lot of artificial. I'll short 1. This is kind of like that other CPI day, you know. This is what I've been seeing about. There's just weird. It's like weird liquidity stuff. I can't describe it, guys, but this is why I've been saying be careful, you know? Just very strange. There's some, I don't know if there's the Treasury stepping in here or something, but there's just something. Taking a 1 tick loss on that. It should be dropping right now on the charts. Like you can see, this should be dropping, and it's just, for now, something is holding it up. So that's got to tell us something. Very, very strange price action. But, I mean, I feel bad for you, Steve. I'm sorry you lost some money. I hope that wasn't on your PA account. For me, I'm navigating it okay. I mean, I'd like to be up a lot more, but I'm only up 9 ticks per each one of these. Whatever. We'll do accounting at the end of the day. Right now, I got to try and pass these evals. It looks to me like it's heading higher when it shouldn't be heading higher. And I got to figure out why this is so big down here. I don't want this. I don't want this that big. All right, we're getting a higher time period close here. We're going to settle in. Woo, fireworks, you guys. Fireworks. Oh my God. That's crazy. I think it's going to drop, but this is just, it's just weird. I got to wait for clarity now. Copier seems to be working well with even with the speed of things happening, so that's good. Happy about that. Evals. Okay, good, Steve. Happy about that. Very happy about that. Let's just let this thing settle for now. I mean, I'm kind of in trouble because I'm only up 250, but my peak balance on those was 1400 now. So I only have, this is that trailing draw just, you know, destroying me. But let's see. Either I'm going to blow these out or pass today. That's what's crazy about this. Like, I'm up 250 per account, but because on some of those little spikes, my auto liquidate peak balance is now 51,434 on those. So my draw is now up to basically just under 49,000. So I've got 1,200 in draw left, but I'm plus on these accounts. We'll see how long this goes with Apex. Man, just a little unlucky there. If I was short those 3 contracts and it kept going, it would have put me over the line. That's trading, you guys. This is just very strange price action. Wow. I think some people took some damage on that. Keeping an eye here. Wow. I mean, look at ZN, guys. You do not see moves like this. This is the most liquid market in the world, guys. And look at this move. That's insane. You get NASDAQ, guys. Also getting destroyed. But nothing like the Treasury market. I mean, wow. Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be fun to hear the horror stories after this. So now we got to make a decision. I mean, there's just a lot of weekly support breaking down now. So I think rallies need to be short. We just need a decent rally. I'm going to stay patient. I'm going to try and because I'm up 250 per account, which is cool, but I got to get back up to that peak balance of, 51.4. Man, this freaking trailing draw, man. Oh, that's all right. So it's accepting lower prices. You can see down here, guys. Look at this. I mean, I just can't believe that. Absolutely incredible. All right, we're doing all right. Let's so far something so far is holding it up here, but if it starts to snap, we could see a move down to below 124 pretty quick, potentially. Not saying that's gonna happen, but so far something's been sitting there holding it. It just looks a little artificial. I'm waiting to get short, but I'm just trying not to get trapped. Fun day, you guys. I mean, oh, it jumped your stop. Yeah. This is major entertainment for me. Oh, well, I'm just really happy I made the decision to not do the PA. And the evals are still in good shape. I mean, yeah, you see, this is what I'm talking about. There's just some weird, yeah, something. I think if we rally off of these levels right here on bonds, that's got plunge protection team written all over it. Or Apex is offsides and they're just going all in. Man. Yeah, I got to be more on the ball. I should have shorted up there. Very volatile and nice right now. I don't want to chase that because I should have been in from up here. I got to calm down so I don't make the same mistake I made on silver the other day. When after that CPI, it's like there's such a big move. You want to participate. I can feel it. That's what gets me going on FOMO. You know, I can feel now. I really, so now I got to just focus. I should have shorted up here. I mean, that was just, I'm leaving money on the table with that. That was kind of stupid. It's just not pulling back. Like, man, these bonds are moving. I'm still, it's still kind of clunky executing from the chart for me. But I got to figure out how to execute from the DOM. It's not funneling through to the copy accounts. All right, let me just get some bearings here. Still streaming and trading is something I'm getting used to. It's very, very strange. Yeah, gold's getting smoked. That's not surprising. If anybody knows on Sierra charts how to make this, see this black like label thing, I just want, I want to be able to see my number values. Anyways. I think we're going to have one more run at the lows potentially and then stabilize and head higher. But unless this is just going to be a V recovery, which it could be. I sort of feel like one more run at the lows. We'll see. Not an easy day. Keeping an eye on stuff. I think we're going to be in congestion here, so I don't know. I'm trying to short back to the bottom of the range, but right now, there's something holding this market up. Very strange. Because they're pulling big time, but Yes, it's just weird. They're really pulling the bids. But as soon as it tags, sits at 22, it just gets bought right back up. Now my kid is crying. It's always a good time when she's crying when I'm in a trade. She's sick home from preschool. It's been an awful stretch of being sick, the whole family. See, this is just, why is this not dropping? Looking for a move down to like 13. Nope. Wow. See that? Just, this is weird, you guys. I took a 1 tick loss there, but only on 1 contract. So I'm waiting to be really aggressive, but this is fucking weird. Hey guys, just to let you know what we're dealing with here. Look at the daily chart here. That's 3 handles. And the 10-year treasury did the same thing. This is the most liquid market in the world. Not the ultra bond, but the 10-year treasury. And it's just moving like a pink sheet stock. Moving like a small cap. It's incredible. I think we're going higher. Something's going on here. I'm going to look to... there's something holding this market up. So if there's a little bit of a pullback, I'm going to try and get long, I think. Down in here, around maybe 19 or something. Because it doesn't matter how much they're pulling. It just, something is stepping in and refilling. Yeah, it's moving like crypto. Impressive. Oh, well, I think I've gotten through it okay so far, all things considered. Just the only thing that's kind of chapping my ass today is that auto liquidate peak balance on these 4 accounts. I'm going to try and get long around 19, somewhere down here. It just keeps getting picked up. $8.57. Well, we're having a fun day at least, you guys, and it's not a disaster, not yet. Let's see how it goes. I'm curious here. Yeah, way more interesting. Well, this is what I'm telling you. I've been seeing this in the markets. Like there's something weird. That's why I haven't been trading much. Keeping an eye on stuff. So now we're trying to go. But I think once we get back to these lows, there's something artificially holding all this stuff up. Oh man, having your, oh my God, do I need to buy? Gosh, I have to buy it. Might be a mistake. Let's see. It's gonna be 9 a.m. here in a sec. Hmm. No help there. Man, this is tough. I'm only down 5 ticks, but that trailing draw is only 1,000 away now. Yeah, I think we're gonna put in some support down here. You know what I got right there? I got a little bit. That was a little bit of a misfortune. I shouldn't have gone 2 contracts right at 9 a.m. because you know some volume's coming in. Oh well. See what happens. Tough day today. For me, I'm only down like $100 on each of these accounts, and yet I only have I have like $900 in draw left. I'm probably gonna have to get rid of these numbers bars because they are not. I can't focus on them right now. Let's do this. I need to focus. My kid's upstairs having an absolute meltdown. Guys, there's nothing worse than trading from home when you got like a 4-year-old who just never, ever, ever stops crying. A lot of support there. I mean, where's that buyer? Where's the man? I gotta be more conservative here. Sorry to hear that, Steve. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough day. Just I can already see the 10-year is trying to push higher, so I think we are gonna go higher here. Yeah, I think we are. But I don't have much draw left, so I gotta see. It's a tough day. That trailing draw is very, very difficult. Man, trading on stream is hard. I gotta say, it's difficult for me to focus. The 10-year is trying to push higher, and the ultra bonds so far. Be nice if we could just get a really good push up here, you guys. Man. Doing this. Yeah, that I think depending how this goes with this PA and stuff, I might have to go top step because that trailing draw is just absolutely infuriating, especially when you're not a scalper. But that's okay. We'll see. I'm playing around with these challenge accounts. Where is all that fucking buying that was just here, stopping the utter collapse of the bond market? It's not here for now. So I was correct on my short up there. I just kind of, I don't trade well on stream right now. So I got to just got to not be a fucking idiot. Wow. I'm not even going to look at the 30-year and the 10-year right now because they're not helping. I think we're going to go down. 10-year and the 30-year can kind of suck my, you know what? Let's just see what happens here. Oh boy, I'm in the danger zone on these 4 accounts. That's okay. They're only evals. But fuck that trailing draw. Man, where's all that? Yeah, I'm going to stop talking. Try to start actually trading. Oh, well, the one good thing I made, the good decision I made today was don't trade the PA. Didn't do that, so that's good. I mean, I have to buy this just because we're at these lows that somehow magically held up earlier. They're probably not going to hold up now, but the way that they held up here, here, and here, I mean, just remarkable. We need a miracle on ice. Just for these 4 accounts. Wow. Well, that's fine. Out of these 10 challenge accounts, I mean, if I can get like, I've already got 1 to PA. So if I can get like, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them to PA, I'll be happy. I don't want to lose these evals now, but it looks like I'm going to have to accept that. These 4. But the other 6 are in good shape so far. But I do have to think about, I do not trade well on stream. And I think that's just, there's probably a lot of reasons why. But we'll see. I've been pretty severely fucked every time I've tried to add on to a position. NQ still heading down. Yeah, interesting. You would think some money, I don't know, the bonds daily chart is very dangerous looking. I'm just counting on a little bit of a counter bounce here, but yeah, I think I should just stay short the whole day, really. Just wait for these bounces. Be nice if we could get some kind of a bounce. But I can't. The only way to get back in the game is for me to add, and I can't start adding down here. Yeah, look, it's just it's looking like it wants to gun for those lows. I think it's, what do I have? I got $400 left on these accounts here. Gonna have to take my last shot very wisely. Whew. Reading your comments, Steve. Yeah, that was that threw me off mentally, the trailing draw, just seeing my auto liquidate peak balance so much higher than yeah, well, I think, you know, where we've got, I think it wants to go to the daily extension at like 124.2. That's where I thought we were headed, which is why I loaded up on shorts and almost, I mean, you see the difference. This is why these evals, right? You see the difference there, right? When I'm short those 3 contracts, like now it's bouncing. That was the difference this big between about to blow these 4 and getting all 4 over just like that and having a great day. Because that would have been sweet. I would have loved to have all 4 over and be trading 5 PA counts. But it's my fault. I can't fault anybody. I shorted right up here. I just don't know why. Not thinking very clearly right now. Trading on stream and having COVID and being a fucking idiot doesn't help. So let's see. At least my analysis is typically good, but not trading it very well right now. Wow. I mean, to be fair, I've never seen a move like this in bonds ever, so it doesn't really matter. But still, should be trading a lot better. You see, now, like, okay, are we rallying now? Or, I mean, I bought it down here, but it just, I have so little fucking draw left. Oh, God. This is gonna, today is gonna test me. Oh, it hasn't really taken out those lows yet. I'm not really sure. What a shit fill. You can already get that sort of, you can just get that feeling sometimes. You're like, you know what? Today's just not going to be your day. Some days when you trade, it's like that. It's like you go left, it goes right. You go right, it goes, no matter what you do, it's like, I think today's going to be one of those days for me. Certainly already is starting that way. And I think it becomes self-fulfilling because you just, I don't know. 9:14, so we got the stock market opening here. See, now I got to cut stuff so fast because I have such, you know, small draw left. It's like, I'm just kind of, I need a break. Like, I need to get in and I need a position to go my direction. Yeah. Not right now. Man. Taking the 1 tick loss. Gotta preserve my So frustrating. That trailing draw is what I'm talking about. I don't know. I have like 370 in draw left or something. But we're doing it here together, you guys. Wow. I'm in shock at the market. I can't wait to read the news. So now we appear to be going up, I guess. Is that what we're doing now? Bonds? Are we going up now? I don't know. I was going to use one of a famous line from Tom Hugard, who I love. He's got a famous line for days like today. The price action is not bad. I'm not trusting it, and I'm not focused right now. And it's challenging. And I would like my number, my delta here, but it's just, there's something super weird about Sierra that I got to figure out. Why does it do that down there? Frustrating me. See if I can explain this to you. You see how right here on this bar now, I can't see the numbers bars because this label column they have to make it 6 miles thick. So I have to move it all the way back here, and then every bar that closes, I have to remember to move it. It's just kind of pissing me off, you guys. What'd you say, Steve? NQ might bounce. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting day. I still have a feeling I'm going to get, probably I'm going to blow through these 4 accounts, but I think I'm still going to get a couple more accounts over the line today. And out of this first batch of 10, like I said, if I get like, I don't know, if I got 5 over would be, you know, nice. Less than 5 would be disappointing, but I would have to accept that. Because, you know, when you trade them like this, it's not like you're like, okay, here's my edge and I'm going to do this. It's like I would never trade my live account like this. I'm pretty sure the challenges kind of make you a worse trader. They certainly make trading more fun, but trading isn't really not supposed to be that fun. It's kind of supposed to be more cerebral. Oh no, I don't even want to get filled here. Huh, maybe I do. Come on, get up. Yeah, they do tempt you to be super aggressive, a little too aggressive. But we'll see. Oh man. Here we go. Yep. Wow. Is Tom Hugard's line on a day like this? He goes, I couldn't throw a, what does he say? It's really funny. It's pretty vulgar. Anyways, I won't repeat it, but it's really funny. Let's see. It's going to take. And then that's the thing too, like when I look at these accounts and I'm like, oh, well, even when I only had 1,000 of draw left, I'm like, well, might as well blow these accounts, you know? So they are definitely interesting. It's like live account or challenge account. Is weird. Figure it out. The bummer about Top Step is you can only have 3 accounts, but I guess if you do their biggest account, you know, 3 of their accounts, I think their biggest account, you get 4,500 in draw. So 3 of those, you know, it's not that bad. I don't know. This challenges might not be for me. I might just have to go back to trading my own money. But I was kind of doing this for the YouTube fun of it. We're still in the game. We got our PA. We can hopefully get some more of these challenges over the line, but I don't know. I'm not really enjoying the experience so far. I would have enjoyed it if I passed those 4 on that drop. No bueno. Andy is no bueno today. I might just take the rest of the winter off too. I'm like ready to go to the beach and not do anything for 2 or 3 months. So we'll see. Just looking out at I'm so tired, guys, every single day. It's incredible. I look outside, it's just there's no sun, there's no life. There's a reason Sweden has the highest suicide rate in the whole world, or one of them. It's just awful. It's like purgatory. The winter here. All right. We'll get to bitching about Sweden more later. So we got the stock market open. In 9 minutes. Sometimes too, when you just trade poorly, like I think like since I got COVID, I'm not trading well at all. And you know, sometimes you just have to like. Remember when Tom Hugard was sick and he just wasn't trading well? He's a great trader. He's just like, I got to just take a month or 2 off. Sometimes you just got to do that. I'm pretty close. Pretty close. All right. Can we make the miracle comeback of our current account balance on these 4 guys is 49,253, right? So we're actually down $700, but our trailing draw is up at 48,934. So we have $320 left. That's basically like 9 ticks. Not the kind of thing where I'm like, oh, well, you know, let me just conservatively take my time and be patient and build these accounts back over the next, you know. Not at all. So now the question is, now the question is, ¿qué es la pregunta? The question is, are we going to go down to the daily extension here? This is what I've been betting on. It's just been like, when I shorted here, why couldn't you made a nice quick run down there? Oh well. And somebody was like, why do you show your emotions on the stream? I was like, yeah, because it's real. Sometimes trading, you know, sometimes you want to put your fist through the fucking screen. that's real. You don't want to hide that. I certainly wouldn't want to suppress it. I haven't been using the DOM very much. I suppose I should. The DOM. I really don't like trading from the chart, guys, at all. I hate it, actually. I wish I could trade from the DOM. But I don't know why when I execute on the DOM, it does not move my orders on my copy accounts. I don't know why it does that. It'll be great once we get up to like several PA accounts, then I can just trade each PA individually from the DOM because I'm not copying. But I suppose you always want to have evals that you're copying. If I stay with Apex, we'll see. I mean, we will see. I really don't know at this point. At least I got the one PA. There's some support down here, but I don't know. We may just go. What I need luck on my side, because I would have to go to get this account even back up into a little bit of a chance. I'd have to go, you know, I got to get one trade with one contract and try and get like, you know, 8 or 9 ticks to double, you know, that would give me like a 250 winner, which would double my risk back to 500. And then I would have to take a really good shot on like a 2 contract trade, try and make, you know, 800-900. You know, then I kind of claw my way back in the game. But I would say the odds of me doing that right now are slim to none. And then you just get this this move. I mean, if we go back up toward 125, there's got to be an enormous amount of resistance up there. Is that going to be another one of those? We got the market opening. I don't know. Do we try and catch a flyer on the NASDAQ? I mean, but $300 of risk on the NASDAQ's not much. I mean, we could get kind of lucky. But what do you think, Steve? I want to trade the bonds, but NASDAQ we might get super lucky with. Let's see, one contract on the NASDAQ, $20 a point at the open. I mean, we don't even have 20 points of range. I think we got to stick on bonds. Oh, you want to? Let's do it. Okay. You want to go to NASDAQ at the open? Don't gamble today, Steve. Don't be like me on these evals. We'll stay here for now. And can I just get a move back down here and make something? Probably not. Oh. You know what you should do, Steve, right now? I'm not even joking. Every trade I put on, you should just fade me. Just trade the other direction. You'll pass like 5 evals. That's how poorly I'm trading right now. Yeah. Like, okay, I want to do this direction, do the other direction. Just like fade yourself. I should fade myself today. Exactly. I can feel too, like what's really interesting about the psychological aspect is that the gambling mentality really stirs up the emotions in a bad way for trading. I'm noticing that, which is really interesting to notice just in and of itself. So we tried dropping there. We just kind of didn't want to drop. I just have no room for any stops. So that's why I'm like, I kind of need like 1 or 2 of these just to get lucky and go my way pretty quickly. Otherwise, I'm just getting nickel and dime to death. Oh yeah, I haven't seen a day like this on bonds. Like, I mean, this is nuts. Be nice if we could just get a little bit of a snap down to these lows here, you know? Like I would definitely take that. Come on. Yes, we got a winner. Woo! Yes. The crowd is going wild. Yeah, that's true. Shoot, we could try and make this the Miracle on Ice account. All right, guys, we're back to 49.4. Don't get your hopes up. We still only have $440 in draw or something like that. 450, but we got a little back. We'll see. Like we see if we can make this happen. All right, I'm gonna try and focus. Let's try. I gotta stretch. Have a little fun with this. We got nothing to lose. See how we can trade when we're loose. But the only problem is I gotta focus. I'm not really focused right now. I'm a little bit wacky. You see those number bars? You see what I'm talking about, Steve? Like there. You see how that current bar, if I have this placed over here where I want it, it doesn't show. Like I have to have it here. It's just, I don't know why that is. Maybe, oh, maybe, no, is that? No, see, it still didn't do anything. It just made my bars sort of tighter, but it didn't actually like. All right, let's wait. We're gonna do an experiment here. We're gonna look for only good situations, and we also have some nice confirmation with our delta, because today the delta seems to be mattering. So here you can see we wanted to short here, right? And you see how, because we had a nice little OMA resistance level up here, but we also had nice delta there. You know, that was good. Whereas this one, when I wanted to short and I took a 1 tick loss, look, I'm a shorting, but I was shorting against a really positive delta. That doesn't seem smart today, right? So this is going to be interesting because there's a lot of support here, but look at our delta there. That's kind of maybe saying don't buy that support. We'll see. This is where I did short. Yeah, you see, this is where I shorted and I was correct. I think I shorted like right here. But then as this kept pushing higher, and look, on still the delta, and then it just rolled over. See, so the delta does give false signals too. That's why, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the delta. I think it might. I think the DOM is more important, the pulling and the stacking. Let's get rid of the numbers bars. I've had this thing with the deltas. They're just not. I'm sure you can find like setups with edge, but they're just not like super consistent. For me, I have way too many good setups with OMA that I don't need the delta to like tell me, oh, you should take this or you shouldn't take this. I'm just trying to get the volume here. So it's like that there. That's not really a bad support level. See, and now it's just, I'm just a little bit too late, you know? I should have, if I didn't have those damn number bars, I would have just bought that. And can't. But the DOM is way more important here. This is what we're going to use. OMA and the Dom with the pulling and stacking is pretty nice. I missed that trade. So see, that would have been another nice, you know, every little bit would help us out. All right. I think the best part about Sierra is the linking of the accounts is pretty cool. The composite volume profiles are very useful. And the DOM is extremely useful, especially on a market like bonds. We're going to start paying more attention to that. But I keep forgetting to pay attention to the DOM because I'm used to executing on the DOM, but here I'm executing on the charts. Oh, the trials and tribulations of trading on YouTube with challenge accounts. I'm trying to short up there just because it seems to want to fish up a lot. It's not a good going in at market kind of day. And I'm still not sure where this market wants to go. So if we break lower and go test the 124 even level, if I'm still in the game by then, that's where I'd be willing to maybe take a bigger shot on contracts. I think this is going down, but pay attention to the DOM. I kind of got to leave my order there. Move down one tick to 20. You guys having fun? I'm having fun. So we'll see. How's NASDAQ doing, Steve? I've been so focused on the bonds here. Trying to bounce, yeah. So we'll see how it goes. And another thing I can't stand is, you know, on Windows, it's like you're trying to move a window around and then you're like down in the corner and then it automatically expands it. It's like, oh, you probably want this the whole size. It's like, no, I actually don't want that window the whole size of my screen. If I did, I would click the maximize button. It's like sometimes these little things that they do. Uh-oh, see if we're going to get... No, we almost got filled. I got to manage these trades like one tick at a time to try and hang in here and have fun. Oh, let's see. See if some pulling comes in. The bids to pull, not the offers. Not looking good. They got one tick loss there. I think we want to go back to these highs. That's probably where I'll have to get short. Let's see. Kind of looking to get short up if we get here. 124, 28, 29. Up into the high 124s. If we got there. Might be a spot where I got to take a big shot for my... To keep the train rolling down the tracks. All right, so take a look at the 10-year. Yeah, you see, that's like, I think we're going to bounce a little. Let's just look at this move on the, I mean, look at the 10-year treasury, pink sheet stock. I don't know. It's like, look at that. 111.5. I mean, that's incredible. It's tough to trade after these types of moves, but we will do our best. I think we're going up here. I mean, question is, there's the drop. I mean, look, I mean, wow, it's just incredible. We're going to have to see. Gonna have to see. Poquito tiempo, por favor. A little bit of time will tell us. I get nutty, I start speaking Spanish, guys. And if I start speaking Swedish, just look out. That means I've totally lost it. Well, I'm glad we could bring Fuck It Fridays forward to Fuck It CPI Tuesdays. All right. I just gotta patiently wait. Patiently wait. I mean, I think going back on bonds, like, yeah, you had some volatility last week, but not in one day, not like this. Sorry, that was almost 2 weeks ago, that volatility. Okay. We might have to get short here and try to risk these accounts. Up here, guys. We're waiting. Oh. God, that CPI was nuts. I mean, I guess there's a lot of support here on the weekly. You got the weekly envelope bottom. You've got the near low. So I think we're going to be stuck now between like high 125s and mid 124s probably. So I think the range for the rest of the day looking, I mean, well, I don't really know, obviously, but something like here to here, or yeah, something like that, I think. So let's see what we can do with that information. Any more news coming out? I think that was kind of the big one. Crude oil, oh no, that's the API crude. That always gets me. It's the API crude oil stock change. Oh, I did mark it again. Well, we'll see. Need a little bit of luck, which it's pretty strong right there. They're pulling a little, but I need them to pull more. See all these red numbers here? They're trying to pull, but the numbers aren't really big yet. I want to see him start pulling like 100. There they pulled 100, 181. That was a little better. It's tough with so little draw left. Every tick, I'm like, got it. And I'm gonna nickel and dime myself to death. Then I don't give myself a chance to be in on any winners. I think this is probably gonna want to try and push up to these highs. I hope not. Just get a drop below 124.20. Yeah, everything probably is going to go more or less sideways, I think, for the rest of the day, because the market's got to adjust all this, you know? Yeah, they were pulling. They just pulled 184. The profit there. Try and get, because I got some back. And we got about 500 in draw now. So I'm trying to like, I think this is going down now. So if I can maybe try to like reshort at 21. Trying to use the DOM, as you could see as it was dropping there. I mean, that's what's so cool about this. You could just see them. They were just pulling as it was dropping. And then I took the profit there because you could see they stopped pulling their bids. So now we want them to pull again. Pull, red, you see? Pull. They're pulling 170. There, pull, see? Pull a bit more. Let's get 3, 4 more ticks. Okay. So that was kind of what I was noticing there. So that was good. I think if you know, those news announcements get me very emotional when I'm on stream. You know, I'm like, ah! Whereas when I trade by myself, I'm just very calm. That happened with, what was that announcement the other day, Steve? That was like, you know, whatever that was. Remember that crazy? There's been some crazy swings. Anyways, we got about almost 600 in draw now. So still not much, right? But I'm kind of, if we can get down to we'll see. We might, I mean, You guys see that? Steve, did you SI is SI must be getting smashed, right? You see what I'm talking about here with the DOM, Steve? How when we use this, how much it helps? Like, I just got to use the DOM. I'm not like, just haven't been paying enough attention. Like I'm going to rewatch this video later and just, you can see the DOM tips away a lot when you're in the right, position. We're making a little bit of a comeback. It's a good thing you didn't start fading me right when I told you to start fading me. That's when I had a couple of wins. But these little one contract wins aren't going to do a whole lot for us. We need we got to go bigger size here. We will. Let's just check in on, I think it's just going to be very choppy in here. So we can play that. Good. I think it's just going to be kind of in the range here. It seems to be going up faster than it's going, these little counter rallies to the upside seem to be faster than the drops. Is interesting. So what would be awesome, guys, is if we ended up tagging, you see this down here, this 124.4 level, this is right here. 124.2, 124.3. So I think if we were to tag that level just below those lows, that's where maybe we could catch, the start of the big counter trend rally. Take a look at silver for you. Yeah, I'm not into trading all the markets right now just because they're all wacky. That's why I'm like, it's just crazy. Oh, so silver's, oh no, I'm loading here. Yeah, I was like, wait, silver's gonna, yeah. Yeah, so silver's continuing to get torched. I mean, look at this move in silver today, guys. A full dollar. I mean, this is just incredible. Wow. Strange. I think bonds are going to be, go see the last time we had one of these crazy ass moves like this. Yeah, I know. I remember that. It didn't give me the big daily exhaust. Well, it did yesterday, right? Silver popped up to that level intraday and got slammed down. I was looking more for a big push close up there. That would have set up the short. That's all right. So we might be seeing something like this, guys. You see? That was kind of that huge move down. It rallies and then leaks lower. This could be happening today. But we can't take for granted that there will be support down here. Because this is what could be happening right now. We rally into 10 o'clock, which is now, and then we could push lower. Be interesting to see. But the ultra bonds, yeah, see that the 10-year is breaking the extension, but the ultras are holding. So I don't know, I'm just going to go off the lower time period volume charts because they're just a bit more accurate. We are having fun. Yeah, I got to get the hedge fund going, Steve. So, when we have like deeper pocketbooks, then it's easier just to take all my levels and just put orders for every level I'm calling out and just let them sit there. Because as you can see now for the last few weeks, the levels are usually pretty good. Not that we wouldn't take losses, we would, but overall the levels are pretty darn good. So now I'm going to have to try and just scalp as well, but I'm not really a good scalper, to be honest. I don't have the I'm more like I like to wait. But we need to get back in the game on this account. We can't sit here and watch grass grow all day either. So have to get very aggressive on the bond scalping. We're going to have to go 2 contracts, I think. And then, you know, if you hit it right, like that first account I'm up, it's really just all about quality. I think that's what I'm so good at normally, Steve. And I think that's what the challenge is. You know, like that first challenge account, I was still in my my live trading mindset. And that's why I came out and took that one treasury bond trade, ultra bond, 7 contracts. No, that was a different, no, that was it 5 contracts? It's the trade I did way back when. That was my live account. But this challenge, I can't remember what trade it was, but I did a trade. No, it was ES. I think it could have been ES. I did 5 contracts maybe. And just that one trade, I got that one account from, you know, even up to 1,800 in profit, whereas it's been sitting ever since because I haven't touched it. But I think that's the way to do it. You gotta treat these challenges just super. You gotta wait for the best setups and then just go big. Like trying to I don't know, over trading. I think is the worst thing one can do in these challenges. That was quite a snap up. It's like just skipped up through a couple levels. So I think with that in mind, with these 2 contracts now, I'm going to try and wait for good setups and see what happens. That is the key. Just maintain the quality of the analysis. I mean, analysis and trading are 2 different things, right? Like OMA is a great system for analysis, and if you follow it, it works. But then being calm and composed, and you know, that's the key. Which on these challenges so far, I don't know. I slip into being a little bit too undisciplined with these challenges. I think that's kind of the point of the challenges. Checking something. This is since that drop, it's just been drop and chop. Yeah, exactly. So Steve, you say you agree about what I said about the challenges. Yeah, they make you really, they turn you into it like a, I don't know, I don't like what it does to my mindset. That's what I've tried to do. They tempt you to put risk on and pass it fast. Exactly. Oh yeah, for sure. If I trade it like my own account, the problem is it's so little. When I'm trading I don't know how to explain it, but when I'm trading my own account, like every trade, like if I win that trade, like I make money, right? On the challenges, like you got to make all that money just to get past the evaluation, and then you got to make that money, you know. So I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying these are the things I sort of think about. But that's all right. I got my 1 PA account now, so I'm to make it. I'm kind of in a rush. I just want to have like 5 or 10 PA accounts and then trade them more safely, right? But then I know if I don't trade safely to begin with, I probably won't. It'll be much harder to even get to the 5 PA counts, right? So I do realize that. Yeah, it is exactly. It's kind of a marathon. That's a good way to put it. Whereas like your own money, you just trade and you make money and you pull it out. Like it's just a lot more straightforward. We got some movement here in the bonds. 30-year and ultra bonds are trying to attack their lows. 10-year still way off its lows. So if the 10-year stays up there, then it could be either the 10-year is going to catch down or the 30-year and the ultra bonds are going to stabilize and catch back up to the 10-year. Interesting. I have a feeling these four are going to get blown out. I mean, there's no way. I'm either literally passing these accounts today or I'm blowing them. And I would say the odds of passing are probably 5% from where we are now because we have to make from here. Well, that's the thing. We don't. Okay, here's the thing. We don't have much draw left, right? So the odds of us getting blown out are pretty good. We only have like 500 in draw. But the account balances are, 49.5. So we only need to make, I mean, even if I got these up to like 1,500 in profit, like back to where I had them, that would have been acceptable. So from here, the question is, can I make $2,000 without losing 500 first from where we stand right now? I mean, yeah, it's obviously possible, but a lot has to go our way. But that's what we're going to try and do. Get these puppies back up to like, if we can get these puppies back up, I don't know. I'd like to get them back up to their peak, their auto liquidate peak balance of 51,500, which would be $2,000 higher than we are now. It's a tall task because you got to take a lot of risk to get there. Just one mistake and you're pretty much in trouble. But we'll try. It's 10 o'clock. Let's see what the... That's a weird hourly right there. That's the ultra bonds. I think you're going to see, if we see here, do you guys see how this here, right? Like, you have the drop, and then it comes, I think those lows, to me, I don't really know. It's tough to read. It really is, but it looks like you're probably going to have a lot of support down here, I think, for now. That's kind of what I got to go off of for the time being. And as I think it was Paul Tudor Jones or somebody, he said, you can't know till you bet. Yeah, ZN is holding up nicely. I mean, for now. Makes sense. It should hold up. I think I got to look to get long down here. I think this might be the low. I should only do one contract because I'm not really... It's gotta have patience too, but it's like I also want to get this show on the road. I kind of like trading with the webcam off, and I'm kind of like bouncing around and at my standing desk, and I kind of like not being on camera. All right. I don't know. Look, we're in congestion here on the higher time period, right? So been basing down here for quite a while. Let's go see what Zero Hedge says. Like, I can't understand. Like, so is CPI prints hotter than expected? Super core soared. Okay, so something crazy happened. You remember that from the daily forecast, Steve? I said there's not much that's clear, but it looks like CPI could come in hotter because that's kind of what the charts were pointing to. That is what happened. They trusted that and looked to short the bonds on that. Just trying to see what they're making of it. I guess it's just a pretty hot CPI print, so you know, rates higher for longer. And higher time period charts are saying that. I mean, this is a bomb on the daily chart. Every time I look at the daily chart here, I have to. I think we're going lower. I really do. I think rallies. I should have shorted up here when I shorted that. I should have shorted it more aggressively. I didn't have as much cushion then, so that's also the hard part. We'll see though. There's some support here, so I could see us kind of just like in this little range, you know. So I could see us. We came down quickly. We might head straight back up. The safe side, I think, is the short side. Got to be careful from the long side, but I do want to take advantage of both sides. So so I got one account over the line, one PA that's up $355. We'll see when I start trading that on a day like this. I mean, I traded it yesterday a little. That's how I got the 355, and that's on that one too. I had a peak balance of 666, so kind of screw you on that trailing draw. And then I've got that one challenge account. Let's call them evals. Still about 1,800 in profit, and then I got one of them at about 800, another one's about 1,000, another one's 650, another one's 400. So those are the ones I've been treating a little bit more gingerly. But even those, I'm gonna have to start. I can't spend too much more time on these else. All right, so question is here. The question, la question, s'il vous plaît. French. Gosh, that's. I'm gonna have to wait and see where this higher time period closes here. I'm gonna grab some coffee and some chocolate, and I'm kind of interested. Maybe, I mean, definitely. I think if we get a takeout of these lows, I think we got to buy down here. I mean, we'll see. That I guess today is a day where you could take out the daily extension. So that's just so fascinating right here. I think this was the moment that changed the day for me. Right. I think it was right here. I was short, like, at this point I was already up nicely, like $700. And then I shorted into all this. I was short 3 contracts. And when this was down here, that's when I got my auto liquidate peak balance up to $1,500. And then I guess, yeah, had I just, but I was looking for it to flush down to these lows, and it just didn't. That would have been, that was the change. That's what makes the day the way it is so far. Now we're hanging in. That was All right, let's see, guys. If we do gun for this, you know, we got down here. We've got the daily extension. We've got this higher time period extension, and I mean, that's a key level to watch. If it starts to hold, it could trigger a potential long. But if it starts to break, you know, look out below. The 30-year is testing its lows right now with the Ultra Bond. 10-year is still kind of holding up for now. But that can change fast. Let's see. I mean, the Ultra Bonds start to break through that 124 level. My goodness. I think there's got to be some support here. We'll see. I might have to take a shot. I can't see the plunge protection team not stepping in again. Just kidding. I don't know if they stepped in last time, but that was just very strange. They were just in free fall and they just stopped. All right, we're going to get a close here. Okay, interesting. See. Be a mistake or not. I don't know. Oh, I can't move it there. I have to move it on the charts. This is Tom Cruise risky business here, buying the lows. Need the plunge protection team. If anybody has any contacts in the basement of the White House, please let them know that we could use them to step in right now and start buying long-term treasuries to support this market. Gone quiet. Come on, babies. Hold the lows. Because if we can get some pressure to the upside here, I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but if it can happen and get us going, then that's one I could maybe hold and add to for a move back to the highs. But I know that's asking a lot. Well, they're pulling 190 now right below us. That's not good. I gotta hold it for now. On bonds. Get on your horse and get back toward 124.25. That is what we want. Can't really risk too much on these accounts right now. You know, I got very, very small room for margin. I need to try to get in on these that basically go from where I get in, but that's a tall ask. In the 10-year and the 30-year do not look good. I mean, they're trying to pound into those lows. That was the third time. You got to watch the pulling and the stacking over here carefully. You want to see them really stacking here. That's good. Yeah, you see? You see how they stacked 320 there? That's what we want. Keep stacking, baby. Stack and lift. There you go. They're stacking there. See? Big stack. Come on, come back. Back and stack. That was at least a temporary good sign. Now, doesn't mean it has to hold here, but that's at least what we want to see. Come on, bonds. Come on, bonds. Oh, it was just exactly. Yep. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, they have been stacking the bids down here for now, and they're pulling over here on the offers. Yeah, so I mean, the ultra bonds. They're a good market. You know, when you match up, you know, we'll see what happens, but you at least get a pretty good look when you really pay attention to the order flow and the key OMA levels. We'll see. I need a big winner, and I need to add to it. But I can't add to it yet. It needs to I need to get into a little bit of a trend run to the upside, and then try and add up here. So you were long copper from 718. Where are we now on copper? I can't look at it right now, but where are we, Steve? I'd like to add to this position. Still think it's a little bit of risky business. Maybe not. Kind of taking the risk here with this small draw I have left. Interesting to watch. Pulling in the stacking. Trying to get long that second contract. Man. Good though. Go in our direction. Trying to add. Can't really go long more than 2 because then I don't really have Don't really have any draw that can sit through anything. Even 2 is very aggressive with my draw. Well, I'm long 2 now. Really like this thing to push higher. Pulling, which I don't want to see. I want to see more stacking. So you were long from 718 and we're at 724. That's nice. Good job, Steve. Probably helps your day, right? Well, we're long 2 contracts now. If we could just get a little push up here. Yeah, any winner is good for today. Exactly. Crazy CPI day. I mean, you just got to look at it and go like, kind of like, my goodness, you know. The only chance I have is to let these 2 contracts try to... It's so tempting when I get that profit. I really want to lock it in, but I got to try and let these push a little higher. I'm just... Hopefully they can kind of give a quick move up here. Ooh, see, like I don't want to see them pulling like that. NQ is pushing higher. Okay, I mean, if NQ pushes higher, then hopefully bonds can push a little higher. We'll see. Just quiet. I gotta learn that it's okay to be quiet. I don't need to talk so much when I Okay. We'll probably go higher here, but I've got so little draw left that we're kind of like we're dangerously getting some hope back. And I just got to kind of take the profit. But you see, we picked a good spot there. You know, just down by those lows. We had some good OMA factors down here. Our account is, our 4 accounts, our poor 4 accounts who have been just dragged through the mud are, gosh, I kind of want to trade my PA today, but I don't think I'm going to. Just not in the right frame of mind. Yeah, exactly. Today is not a good PA account day, so I'll leave that one. But right now, I'm kind of tuning in on bonds, so we'll see. I might trade the PA later. But right now, our these 4 accounts that have been dragged through the mud are back up to 49,765. So we have 800 in draw left on these accounts. That's good. You know, we've clawed back from 300. So we got a little bit. We got to keep firing away, though. We're not. The accounts are still very much in jeopardy. We just got to continue. Just for me, it's just patience and picking my spot correctly. I don't know why every time I shift the chart like that, it goes away. Strange. Very strange. Still lots of stuff I got to learn with CR charts, but that's right. I like it. Yeah, it gives me a little more room, but we're walking on a razor's edge. I could have held this, but I just I did well. I bought the first contract here. You know, started to go our way. I could see the adding here, so I put on that second one there. I guess I could have put on a third one there too, but we'll just see. Going to continue to just try and not be an idiot. Just let OMA work. Let the trades come to us. So now at this point, I'm looking. You see how you had this move here? You know, big move down, right? You guys see this? Right here, big move down. And then you see how it responded, but got shot down and then picked back up. Kind of hoping that's what happens here. It may not. We may just now be headed straight back up here. But it'd be really cool if this did get shut down here and give us another chance to get long like that down here. You can kind of see on the lower time period that was like kind of like this, I think. Yeah, here. You see how these were these lows, and then you blast higher, push higher, and then there's the pullback there. Yeah, and then you got stuck in congestion here, but that was the buy there. I should have bought that, but I was looking at those I think that the deltas are not good. The DOM is way better. Oh, we are pushing higher now, 17. Okay, nice. Anyways, I'm looking for a move. I do expect now that we should be cycling back up to these highs. So if that does happen, I'm looking to try and get long on a move back down in here somewhere. And I think we're going to be probably in a range the rest of the day, so I'll have to make the decision if I want to throw the PA account on. I just kind of feel like, yeah, it's not really a good day to do that, so I think I probably won't. But at the same time, I'm up 355 on that PA. I got to start making some cash. Now, I think we'll keep our goal for today is to just try and be smart, take a lot of risk, and see if we can keep the good comeback story alive on these accounts. And let a lesson that I need to learn is with these challenge accounts, when the news makes the price action really nutty, on my own account, I would just watch and I wouldn't even care. But on these challenge accounts, I gotta try and emulate that. But we're having fun at least. I'm having fun today. NQ shooting up. Wow. Impressive. That'll probably stabilize bonds as well. I think bonds are going to be, if you look at the daily now, I think, you know, this is what I like about trading one market too. You can kind of get in the zone. I think the bonds are going to be stuck in the range here. That was a pretty big. I think the lows are in. We'll see. Famous last words. Yeah. I can hook up the in Sierra charts. I can just add the PA account just like I add an eval account. Isn't that pretty cool? So I think you can do that with like Quant Tower and stuff too. I mean, I have to say, I ran into some problems. For some reason, the rhythmic data gets really. I'm not going to trade the afternoons anymore right now because the afternoons have been really slow and clunky, and I usually dig myself a little hole and then I get out of it the next day and keep making more profits. But I'm just kind of done. I don't like the afternoons right now. And I've noticed the rhythmic data too. I don't know if it's rhythmic or the apex rhythmic or whatever, but it gets really slow and weird during power hour. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that. Yeah, I don't know, Steve. I don't know. I haven't really thought about how. I kind of want to get back into trading bonds pretty regularly. I really love trading the ultra bonds, and I've gone on streaks with my trading the ultra bonds every day. Where you can do very, very well. They're not usually this nutty. They're usually they give you a nice amount of price action to work with each day. But what I like about the ultra bonds, you get some volatility, but man, the depth of market really tips you off. Like, okay, I got to focus here because I want to probably get long if it comes back down here. But you can really, typically you get some really good information off the DOM here when you match it up with OMA levels. And I want to exploit that. And especially with, you know, I was thinking too with Apex and their trailing draw, I think the bonds are the best market to trade. Because you can kind of, when it starts to go your way, it doesn't retrace as much when you have the move correct. Whereas like NASDAQ, you can't really go aggressive on NASDAQ. Okay, I got to focus here because I might go long down in here. Kind of looking for a push. Down here. Yeah, so I think that would, I got to think about how I want to handle that, but I do like the bonds a lot. Most of my P&L is centered around bonds. And then I make, you know, a little bit on the metals, make a little on the indices, although the indices are more volatile. So I like the bonds a lot. Let's see, I don't want to jinx anything. But like, I like the bonds a lot. I buy them and they just go straight through the floor. We'll see what happens. I might be jumping the gun here. But they were pulling, you see, minus 204. And these guys were starting to stack here. I'm kind of hoping, you know, we put in some support here. Push back up here. A little risky because we're not at the lows down here. But at this point, I got to kind of take my shots. I would say there's still a 90% chance I'm going to blow these accounts. So let's not get our hopes up too much. But let's just focus on one trade at a time. See if we can just get a little push. Trying to add second one where I got in on my first. This is aggressive, but I have to be aggressive now. Minus. It's good. You saw some big stacking coming in there on the bids. Now I want to see that stacking continue. See if they can stack and push here. I mean, the 10-year and the 30-year just stopped. Hmm. See if we can get a little bit of a push. Just a little bit of, they're stacking a little. There you go. Come on. Man, just playing games in this little range here between 14 and 12. Oh, they're pulling. I don't want to see that. Oh, there you go. Come on, step in and stack. All right, I took those 2 ticks and 2 contracts because so far each time it's been trading up there, it's knocked back down. But it'll probably go now that I pulled them off. But anyway, still we're keeping it together. We're at 49,884 now. Basically 49.9. We've got almost 1,000 in draw. Still not much, but at least we're trading a little better. I'm just gonna grab some coffee and some chocolate. I'll be right back. I'm gonna leave the bonds on for you guys, so I'll be right back. Oh, there it goes. Probably this will be. Probably should have held that, but just tough. It looks so. I think I. Let's see here. How is that? Yeah, went up like that. Yeah, kind of like that. It looks very similar. I get long one at 11. Almost filled it. If I can get a sneak long on 2 contracts at 11 and then pop back up and try and get 4 or 5 ticks. Wow, it traded. It was really weird. Bids backed off, but the offers just didn't go down there. Yeah, that was. Mm-mm. Need to start chasing it back up, but the 10-year is pushing lower. Some stacking coming in there if they can keep adding. And you're trying to push up off its support. Get a push back up. 15. I'm closing that at break even. It might go up, but you know, it looks to me, I gotta conserve my firepower right now. It looks to me like it maybe wants to go back to the lows one more time. I don't know. So I can't take too many risks. So that was a break even. That's right. That's probably go up now that I got out. But I'm in desperate need of some chocolate and some coffee. So I'll just mute the mic. I'll be right back. I'll leave the stream running. We're gonna look to try and get long down in here. I hope it doesn't go up now without us, but if it does that, it does that. I mean, the 30-year is literally not made a tick in, I don't know. It's just been sitting at the exact same price for like last 10 minutes. Really weird. And the 10-year keeps 10 years going, trying to pounce down to the lows. So we'll see if we can get the ultra bonds back down here near the lows. That would be another great spot to try and put on some size. But it might just now it's going up. How you doing, Steve? You driving? You don't have to type. Are you driving? Anyways, YouTube does not know we are in the middle of either a wonderful comeback story or a fiery plane crash story. One way or the other, it will be exciting. Yeah, I should have held that. 2 contracts. It just had to keep pressing, you know? Had to keep pressing. Oh, thanks. Yeah, you can type whenever you want. And if I see it and I'm focusing, I'll just focus. But thank you. Yeah, I got to start doing that better on the streams. I have to start focusing more. All right, I'm going to get some chocolate. I'll be right back. Well, this is going to close here. This is kind of... I want to watch this close. Yeah, I think NQ is going to be weak today. Maybe try and go short that. I got a little bit of money left. Is it at 17,766? That's funny. So it's right at our yearly trend line again. I'll take a look. Bonds are kind of... Oh, here's NASDAQ. Wow, interesting. Yeah, you got a nice little pullback there. Got a lot of support here on the daily. I don't know. That's difficult to read here. I think we could continue to see some action here on the bonds. There's a little girl walking by looking, and she stopped and started waving. That was very sweet. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get some chocolate. Gosh, I think this is going up, but I don't know. I gotta wait and get some energy. I'll be right back. Guys, I really want, if this thing flushes down here, this is where I want to get long. It'll be a gift. I think I'd have to do 2 contracts and just going to put the account at risk, but I think we would have a choice. Down in here. Wow, that'd be a great spot. Let's see. Kind of similar to what we saw here, you see? We can get another flush and then a move. Then if we spike down and I go 2 contracts, and if it starts holding and going back up, I'll probably have to add 2 more, and then we're really putting our account at risk. Our only way to get the go on the road. And I have to use the loo. I don't want to use the loo when I have to stalk the trade. So this would be, because that's right where that daily extension is. Well, it's right at 4. If we get down to 4, I mean, I might have to just go like massive amounts of contracts and just hope. Well, let's see. We got about 1,000 in draw, so we run it up a little bit. I go 2 contracts and we make. I mean, that's the thing. If we make. If I go 2 and it holds, we'll see. May not get down there. Oh wait, it just held there. Okay. Long. Let's hope it doesn't get down there now. Uh-oh. Wait, it got active because it's 11 a.m. I see. I mean, the 10 years going for new lows. Oh no, the 10 years not at its lows yet. I mean, I think there's a lot of support in here, so that's why I'm trying to buy more. Just one little mistake can cost you. They're all kind of just, I mean, a lot of support down here. I mean, if the lows just totally get taken out, we just fall out of bed to the downside, and I'm just gonna have to accept that this is just a move on the treasuries that you just see like once every, several years. We've gone, the range we've made from the extension down on the daily now to the extension up. I mean, it's a massive range. The selling should, the support should be pretty strong all day. Kind of how I'm looking at it. Almost got filled on our second down there. Trying to get long on my second. There. 10 years sucking up lows. That's good. We're getting in our direction a little bit. The only... Oh, we are long 2 contract. Guys, that's great. I thought I was only long 1, but I had my default set to 2. Fantastic. Let's see if we can catch a little bit of a runner now on 2 contracts. What I don't need to do, though, is add 2 more. I can just leave those 2 on. There you go. Get going. Be pretty sweet if we could get a little squeeze up here to like 18. That would help out our cause. Charity to our evals. Getting our PA count scooting along. Long 2 ultra bonds here. Come on, baby, punch up to those highs. Do it for daddy. Just funny, I just had Fat Bastard from Austin Powers thought come in my head. Get in my belly. Come on, don't make me sit through another swing back down. You keep going. Yeah, exactly. Gordo bastard, exactly. Come on, squeeze, just a quick squeeze these last 3 little points up to our target. Come on. We got some stacking, we got some pulling the offers. Come on, keep pulling those offers. Come on. Come on. Oh. Man, that's why it's like, yeah. Like, should I take that profit? Mm. And not making it easy. Yeah, Fat Bastard, that's a funny movie. Oh, come on. Get up. You're taking the profit. Come on. I'm just trying to hold to see if we can get a push up there. Man. Probably have to move my stop to break even and just hope it heads higher. Don't want to get taken out either. Okay, there, they're stacking again. Go, boys, keep stacking. Get up there. Ah, come on. That's probably the hardest part about trading bonds is you can't, they move so slow. You got to just like, can't be in a rush. Like, good patience. I'm going to take those 3 ticks, and if it comes back down to 11, or I think it could, because that's kind of where I entered originally, that's where I would move my stop to break even. I mean, wouldn't it all be surprising to see it go back down there? So I think at that point, to take those 3 ticks on 2 contracts, keep building the account. What do you think, Steve? Was that a good call or a bad call? But the balance, you know, this is the funny thing about these Apex accounts. So on these 4 challenges today, our balance is back in positive territory, Steve. We're up $60 on the day. So we're at $50,060 basically on each one of these accounts. But because of that damn volatility that kicked up our trailing draw. Thanks. But still, I mean, these accounts are still likely going to get blown because we still only have like 1,200 of draw left. But at least pretty fun. We've got it on film. We were down to only 300 of draw left when we weren't focusing. And then the royal we decided to start focusing and making some good trades. So we'll see. We'll keep going. Keep it going. But they're not blown. Yeah, I'm kind of hanging off on my PA account just for right now, just because I'm not like, I'm not trading great right now. I know I'm not. And the reason is because I'm just slowly coming out of the COVID. I haven't been to the gym in like a month. I actually haven't even left the house in like 2.5 weeks, literally, because I've just been so sick and tired. I think I'm going to try and walk to the supermarket tonight for the first time in forever. And I just got to like get back in the zone, like go to the gym, feel good. That's when I want to start trading my PA account. Because right now my mind is just not like in the game. I want to get a couple trades in on it, and I did. But like that's the thing. Like they've also got that consistency rule on the PA, right? So this will probably head up now without us. But I don't regret what I did because bonds are so range bound right now. It's like I gotta 2 contracts. If I can get 3 ticks and then get 3 more and then get 3 more, it adds up. But yeah, that's that consistency rule with the Apex PAs. I think 30% of your profits, right? You can't, like, let's say you make you can't have like a $5,000 day unless you have 2 more $5,000 days and you have 50. But even then you can't even withdraw until the 3rd month. But that's not a big deal. Like if you could build a nice cushion, take out $2K twice a month from each account, that'd be nice. Yeah, it's that auto liquidate peak balance 4 accounts. The other 6 are good. I'm gonna have to start trading those. I got to see when those renew and how I want to play those. I'm not aggressive right now because I'm so tired. I wish I could get over this. Like, throwing a wrench into my momentum. I mean, there's nothing like, I can't tell you the difference, Steve, like waking up in the morning here, when it's winter and it's dark and it's terrible, and then you just go to the gym. It's like I work out at a beautiful place. It's just so nice, all and stuff. And when you go there and then you feel so good afterwards with the sauna, the ice shower, and then when I come to trade, man, I'm like, I am fucking dialed in. Like I am so focused. Whereas like since I've gotten COVID, I'm just not able to focus in the same way. I can't wait till that comes back. With that said, we're still doing all right, but we'll be kicking absolute ass. I promised myself my new rule is I'm just not trading after, like 12. I'm just not, because I'm so tired and I just always make mistakes. It's not even worth my time or my energy right now. I got to get better about that too. Just boom, I'm done at like noon. I'm going to do that today. But we got, 45 minutes left. See if we can make a little more. And then we can just continue to risk these accounts tomorrow. Gotta log in here to my graphic designer account. I'm just leaving that order in. But I do like the new setup a lot, Steve. I'm glad you like it too. I think it's are we gonna head back down to the low of the range? We might. I really like Sierra charts a lot for the whole setup with the DOM being like jigsaw, and I'm digging Sierra charts. I got to figure out how to link the DOM up because I prefer to drag and drop and trade, you know, on the DOM, and then I don't know why it doesn't. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'm trying to push higher now. Nice. Not a horrible day by any stretch, considering what it could have. Slowly learning. I just got to trade on stream the way I trade. I got to pretend. I don't feel pressure from being public. It's really not that. It's more like I like to teach, and I got to stop. I got to just focus on my trading, and like I can teach, you know, when there's nothing happening, or, you know, to the elite members, you know, we can do special webinars, stuff like that. But like on YouTube, I just need to come here and trade. And I really like the bonds. And I think on these PA accounts, for example, on the bonds, you know, I can probably make pretty steady few hundred per day per account, which if we can get the accounts built up to 20 accounts, you know, that would be pretty sweet. But I got to focus in order to do that. And the best order flow, the best way to match up order flow with OMA that I've seen is the bonds. The pulling and the stacking are absolutely key. I even think the tape is important. You know, the time and sales. I got to set that up. And I think that's why I kind of want to focus on the bonds here for a while, because for my own, I want to, you know, I'm just familiarizing myself with the pulling, the stacking, and it's I can see some huge advantages for going big size. And like when you can see when you're wrong, you can just scratch the trade so much. I mean, you can manage risk on bonds a lot better than any other market I've seen. And for that reason, I think it's, and there's plenty of movement. We can, with OMA, we can read it. All you need is, 1 or 2 decent setups a day, And today was just insane. For 10 years we're trying to push lower, so I'm hoping the ultras push back down to those lows there and fill us. Give us a nice push upside. Get this account back in good standing. And this is even a weird day. Like someday, this is really quiet, even for the bonds. I'm talking about like since we had that massive drop and craziness in CPI, market's just suggesting that bonds are you got a nice flow. What I like about the bonds is while you are waiting for setups, you can carefully scalp. I think this is like a true market to scalp because you can really read the order flow and the ticks. If you get 1 or 2 ticks on a few contracts here and there, that adds up quickly while you're waiting for setups. You still got to take those at really smart spots. Those are just all my reasons why I like the we're probably not coming back down on my entry, but it doesn't matter as long as we've got chocolate. Kind of tempted to trade the Nasdaq a little bit, kind of slowing down, but I want to. Bonds are just real stable. You can handle a little bit of boredom. You can make a lot of money on the bonds. I'm going to cancel this order. We can take Look at the good old. Go look at the. So look at ES. Probably just going to be another one of these crazy reversals. Although ES, wow, pretty. That's what I thought we'd see a pretty good weekly correction this week. It's a big down day. Looks very heavy. Interesting. Look at the 10-year. You're just going to see a lot of chop here, like very tight range the rest of the day. Thank you hanging around. Yeah, it looks I think that it was the ES just got, I mean they all got smacked. The NQ is kind of, what's interesting is that 1776 is lining up right with the broken daily extension. I don't know, I'm just not I'm not digging the indices right now when they're at these highs. I just I'm kind of just more digging the bonds right now. The indices have just been weird. The Dow. It looks like our pre-market forecast analysis was pretty accurate, Steve. Look at the Dow. I was like, yeah, that's pretty nice resistance pattern. Could be the one swing trade to maybe take, but no, I still don't. I'm not like, these are hard to read up here, so. But you can see, even when we're not like super sure, we still pick it pretty well. The Russell must have got collapsed. Yeah, I mean, that was, wow. The Russell's the one I should have shorted. That was the one with that pattern. It's just tough. You're seeing just stuff is pushing a lot higher. Like the Russell I liked, but it just pushed so deep into that weekly resistance zone. I was like, yeah, but that was the, you know, it doesn't really, see, this is the thing too about today. Unless you put any of those trades on before CPI, you're not catching any of those, because all the huge moves today happened in 10 seconds right after CPI. And since then, everything has been, you know, doing nothing, right? So that's why I do think with all the core, the markets are so heavily intertwined that what I want to do is I want to lock in on the bonds for a while and then still use the score. Like today, I didn't use the scoreboard because the scoreboard didn't matter today because everything did the same exact thing after CPI, right? So I didn't really pay attention to the scoreboard today, but there was a reason for that. Whereas on normal days, Steve, just like we use the scoreboard, well, if we're just trading the bonds, or you can trade the notes or whatever, you still read the scoreboard and gives you great reads on the bonds. You know, some of my best trades come on bonds, like when you're just dialed in, and like it's one of the easier markets, I think, to size up. Because when you get it right, you don't take a lot of heat in bonds. And I guess it's a personality thing, but for me, I don't like to take heat. And NASDAQ, you know, can fire off a lot of heat. Silver can fire off a lot of heat. You know, the bonds are pretty unique. I really like the bonds a lot. Might become a bond trading channel. We'll see. But now they're pushing higher, so I just had to kind of hold, be a little bit more patient there on those two contracts. But that's okay. They could have headed lower, and I'd be happy I took my, you know, I've just been kind of getting back in the game. This is what I like about the bonds too. You know, you go two contracts, and you get 3 ticks here, three ticks there. It's like, you know, boom, you got yourself a nice $300 day. You build up some PA counts, and it's a very stress, you know, I don't want to say stress free, but a lot less stress. Trading the bonds, and just you're kind of just, you're hanging out, just waiting for the setups to come to you. When they come to you, it's kind of nice. And especially with the DOM here, the way we can read the pulling and the stacking is very nice. I find it extremely helpful. And I'm going to start doing some analysis specifically on, you know, certain set, because, you know, with Sierra charts, one of the great things too, Steve, is you have the chart replay. So can go back and actually replay how the pulling and stacking, I've noticed, if you replay it the same day, then you can see the pulling and stacking info. But when you go back other days, I haven't seen the pulling and stacking. They say there's a way to have that, but there should be a way to have that. Anyways, just reviewing it at the end of each day and taking notes, like when we have certain OMA patterns and, you know, things happening, we can start to see what the pulling and stacking is doing during certain situations. Where are we within the volume profile? Like all these little bonds are kind of, I think it's one of those markets for day trading where all the little things can come together and you can print money very consistently. Not that we can't do that by following all the markets and using the hourly charts. For me, I think this is just a more comfortable way to do it. Yeah, Sierra charts is really awesome. I'll do a full, I promise to do a full thing for Sierra charts when I have more energy. I'll do like a full thing on how to use all the that I've discovered. I mean, I'm only relatively new to Sierra charts. I only made the switch from TradeStation in I kind of spent like my whole Christmas break getting everything over and learn how to understand Sierra charts. And there's a learning curve. Sierra charts definitely, you know, more bells and whistles, so you got to really spend time digging into it, but it's worth it because it's way better. This might just be our little private treasuries trading channel. And I was thinking about that too, Steve. You know, in terms of ease of use, people get like, I don't really like trading the NASDAQ, and that's what all those other channels are for. Like, we could carve out our niche trading bonds, ultra bonds, you know? It's like, it's a great market to trade. I mean, not that I'm not going to trade other markets and like make calls in the members area. I'm still going to analyze all the major markets because I want to know what's going on, and you know, I will put on some swing trades from time to time. But just from a day-to-day, especially now with the challenges, I think the bonds are pretty good. Put it this way, I think you get the best edge. Yeah, I think we're gonna have some pretty heavy focus on bonds. I'm glad you feel that way, because the reason I'm saying that is because I do feel that you get the best edge with bonds in terms of reading the order flow with the chart patterns. You know, you can really dial in and manage your risk pretty darn well. Like for me, if I'm using, like for example, when I bought today, you know, since I remember when my comeback started, that's when I was focusing more on the DOM and less on the chart. I mean, I was still waiting for OMA setups and stuff, but you know, for the management, I was focusing more on the DOM, and that's where, like down here, when I got long, it was a lot easier to hold that as they were pressing, because I could clearly see on the DOM here, you could see the offers were being pulled and the bids were being stacked. And it's like every time they tried to sell into those bids, they stacked more. Like you can't really see that kind of clarity on, certainly on none of the indices. Absolutely not. And then even on silver, copper, you can't see because they move too fast and they're too thin. Like bonds, you can really dial into what the order flow is doing. And I think in today's markets, especially for day trading, every little thing we can do to stack the edge on our side is very, very important. So there's really no need to like, it's good to use the correlations to understand, you know, what the overall markets are doing. But like, you know, the other day, I called bond, was it yesterday even? I can't remember. I said, I think bonds will, you know, go to the mid 125s and find a lot of support there. And I was looking at other stuff the rest of the day. Instead of, I should have just been focusing on bonds, just waiting for it to go to that mid 125s. And when you wait for that trade to come and it comes, it's a lot easier, you know, to go 5 contracts on bonds, because when you get the levels right, man, they hold. And then you can use the DOM to see what's going on. And eventually people will come check out our channel. There doesn't need to be a rush for that, Steve. Like at some point, we're going to have multiple funded accounts trading live, and People will find that entertaining. Exactly. That's the tape. Yep. And the tape is key. Most people who trade indices don't. The tape is not key because the indices are nuts. But if you trade like certain stocks, the tape matters. I mean, in bonds, tape matters. So I'm digging it. I think now we're looking like we might see a similar. See this pattern here? We might see that right here. Nice. Where is CL? I'm going to try and get short at like 17. Oh yeah, look. See, they just pulled 352 off the bid. I mean, you could just see it. I think I'm a little late here, but I got to be more on the ball. I could have just picked up a few more ticks. I was talking too much. Yeah, that was a good good opportunity to short right there at 17. Would have made 4 or 5 ticks on 2 more contracts. It adds up fast. I'd like to get filled if we can pop up and tell me. It's gonna be so nice when this winter is over. My daughter is, they're in preschool. They're sick all the time. Like, so nice to be. I would like to get filled here if I can, because this is the pattern is good, I think. Filled, so now we want to see them really pulling again like they did last time. Try and get a few ticks. Pulling so far. I want to see the big pull. Get up into the hundreds. Come on. See if I can get a little drop down to the point of control here. We're adding. Yeah, I'm taking a 1 tick loss there. Because let's see how this plays out. But see, I gave myself a chance on the trade. We'll see, but the bids were really stacking right there, and the offers are pulling. It's like I don't really want to be short. You know, I don't want to overmanage it either, but on the good trade, like, you know, you'll kind of see, you'll see it working in your favor. And right there, I'd rather on 2 contracts, you know, that's 1 tick. I just take my, you know, $60 loss. I think for risk management, the bonds are, you know, we'll see how this plays out, but you'll still get out of positions maybe you should have held on to. But the good ones, I mean, the good ones are, the order flow matches up so nicely with the pattern. I think we're going to be trying to squeeze back toward those highs. That's also why I think the order flow is telling us that, and OMA is telling us that as well. Like your crude oil position, 77.94. That's nice. Did you take it on a micro or did you take it on a full contract, Steve? That's great. So you're having an all right day, aren't you? Nice. Good job. Yeah, kind of same as me. I'm basically break even now. You know, I'm just, if you don't pay attention to my trailing, you know, my auto liquidate peak balance, my account balances are all like sitting right at 50,000 right now. 49,991. I'm basically right around. I think, you know, I think we're going to really focus on bonds, Steve, and that's where I think we can do some serious damage together by both learning as much as we can about the DOM on the ultra bonds. And you can even be watching, like once we get your Sierra chart DOM set up like mine, you can be watching the 10 years, because oftentimes you can get a lot of pretty good information. Like if the 10 years at the low, I'm like, hey Steve, I see a really good buy pattern on the 10-year here. You know, and if you're looking at the DOM, like, yeah, you know, they're stacking every time they're pushing down, they're like that kind of working together could be helpful for us. Yeah, it's the best for trading Apex accounts for sure. I think that's what we should we use YouTube as our own, like, how cool is that? We can use YouTube just to come and collaborate. So, and then anybody wants, like, I don't care who stops by. I'm gonna view it as our collaboration channel, and we can do that on the bonds. So let's see here. And the key for me on the bonds, like if I'm just patient and dialed in and wait, man, I can print on these bonds. Because I actually, most people, I like that they move slow because it cause less FOMO. I think they're really conducive to nice, steady, consistent trading, which is pretty good for Apex. There's a lot of support. Wouldn't buy here because it's just lower time period. But there's a lot of support down here around 10. If we could get there, I think that's the smarter side to focus on. It's gonna give us a little more time, and I'm probably gonna have to go to the grocery store soon. Get out. Well. And probably when I get home, I'm gonna spend a little time before I go to bed reviewing the replay here for the day. Wow, I don't know if that liquidity on the book is real, but right now you've got 2,000 contracts sitting at 124.25, which every other level you've got like 300. Sometimes you'll see 400, and there's almost 2,100 sitting at that level. Yeah, and we can get really good reads on what the bonds are doing just by looking at the other markets too. But I think I'm going to call it a day, my friend. My daughter is breaking down. She's sick. She's crying and kind of not in the mood to trade while listening to her scream and cry. So I got to get to the store. It's been a good day. We made a nice recovery. And, you know, I guess my goal for the rest of this week is just to continue to try and get better. And tomorrow I'll try and trade the Apex EA account along with these four. Or I might just focus on these evals here. I kind of like to have one project at a time. Right now I'd like to get these four. I don't know. I'd like to get them all up and over the line. We'll see. I'll see how I do it. But yeah, have a good day, my friend. I'm not going to be posting in like any trade ideas in the afternoons for right now because I'm really focused on you know, bonds and the morning session and getting my health back. So, but if you got questions about like trades, just post them, and if I, you know, when I see them, I'll answer them. Yeah, thanks. That was a good recovery for now, but the accounts are still, because of that trailing draw. You know, I only have 1,000 in draw. Well, yeah, something like that, 1,000 left. But that's better than 300, right? We were on the fence there. Could have easily just dipped down and got tagged, and we didn't. That was cool. All right, man. I'll see you. Good day, good stream. Take care.